Alright, we lost the die roll again, but maybe he'll just give us a draw anyway, which is I think what we want. He is going to be on the play, and I think we can keep this. We have 18 lands. We're on the draw. We've got a Seacoast Drake to help keep things at bay a little bit, but we are putting some pressure on us to draw some lands kind of quickly. I think I can still keep it. Given the format and the fact that we have 18 lands and a Seacoast Drake, I think we're okay. This is a little sketchy, though, for sure. If we bink an island in our first 2 to 3 draw steps, we'll be really happy about it. Going long into the game, assuming that it does, time ebb plus cancel can be a thing too, but you do need to really stock up. Oh, that's interesting. A Mutavault. I like Doomblade here. I think that since we bricked, I'm just going to run out the Seacoast Drake here and play it safe. If I don't, then I'm hoping he activates his Mutavault so I can just kill it, but yeah, we didn't get that lucky here. All right, well, let's just attack. Probably just going to burn this Disperse if he plays something here. Like a Rumbling Baloth? Yeah. So a Rumbling Baloth, I think, deserves a Doomblade. So the problem is, I'm trying to think ahead to the next turn. If we brick on lands again, we're going to be discarding. So I want to use up one of my spells here to prevent that from happening. But also give us the opportunity to draw island and keep cancel up. And I think that Rumbling Baloth is good enough to just Doomblade away. All right. We could also just use the Disperse in our hand, but all right, well, we're going to use the Disperse in our hand. And hopefully we'll draw an island here. That's the best possible non-island draw or non-land draw, I guess. That's pretty good. He's probably thinking to himself, what is going on over there? All right. I'm starting to think what's going on over here as well, as we've bricked on. Well, it's turn 7. Yeah, we really, really, really need to hit an island here. Sarah Angel. All right, there's our island. So I think we just need the Claustrophobia Sarah Angel here. Eventually this Sendgear Vampire will come down and be able to get in the way of this Griffin. I mean, we're going to be taking some damage from it in the meantime, but Sarah Angel's a big issue. Yeah, I'm just going to attack with that guy. I want to be able to block Mutavault. Into the Wilds. Okay, sure. Take 3. Okay, we're starting to get a little cooking here, so this is getting a little bit better. I could just time up away Charging Griffin here, but I really do like to try to set up Time Ebb with cancel if I can. This thing is kind of a big issue. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Time Ebb him here. It's going to blank this this thing. Yeah, I think I'll still attack. If he wants to trade for Mutavault. Oh, if he wants to trade for Celestial Flare. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, we've got a lot better things than that. All right, so we know that that was his Griffin. We don't take any damage, and he doesn't get kind of a free drop off of that. So that's nice. Unfortunately, we're still stuck on mana here, so let's play the big beater here. I mean, he's at 14, we're at 12, but we're basically going to be at 9. All right, he hit a land off of Into the Wild, so that's a little annoying. If we hit a swamp, though, at some point here, we'll be in much, much, much better shape. If we don't, I'm probably just going to ship the turn back and leave up cancel. All right, non-swamp. Nightwing Shade. Your turn. So I will be double blocking here. And I don't love it because we do get hit by some combat tricks. But I've got so many cards in hand. Oh, he's got Enlarge. Okay, so I can double block Griffin and chump block, and I can still be quite nicely alive. This thing's only 8. So combat tricks kill me, but they're going to kill me anyway, I think. So another option I have is just double block here. And just take the 8. If he has a trick, interestingly, the difference being 1 is kind of a huge deal here, because Giant Growth, okay, I can just say maybe he doesn't have a Giant Growth, right? But what I can't do is say, well, maybe he just doesn't have Giant Growth or the white, +2/+4, or even Ranger's Guile kills us here. So what does the board look like if I chump block here? We take 4. This is dead. So we're at 5, and he's got a Deadly Recluse and a Mutavault. Oh, we don't actually take 4. We take more than 4. Yeah, that gets really bad. He only has to do 1, so he takes 7. No, it does still play around. Pump Spell. We'd be throwing this thing away, this probably our best card on the battlefield, for 1 damage. But it's 1 pretty important damage. What's our follow-up plays look like? Not great. Blood Baron's okay. Sendgear Vampire's okay. Yeah, I think that I just risk it here, and if he's got a pump spell, I think we're just dead. Oh, I have to block it. All right, well, that makes that job a lot easier. I forgot that it had to be blocked anyway. Okay, well, I guess we are playing around it. It was close anyway, so I don't feel awful that we have to play around it. If he's got the pump spell, yeah, there's Show of Valor anyway, so now we're just dead. All right, well, I like our chances here. We obviously ran fairly bad to miss 100 land drops like that. Shrivel? No. Duress? Maybe. Minotaur Abomination is probably pretty good. Why don't we bring in one of those over a Nightwing Shade? We saw 2 Baloths from him. Oop. Yeah, this seems fine. Deathgaze Cockatrice should be good against him. Ooh, Elvish Mystic's a little scary. But I think we'll be okay still. As long as it's not Master of Diversion. All right, we escaped that, so that's good. And now we've got Blood Baron to block on the ground a little bit. And we've got Claustrophobia if he plays out a Baloth here. That was really strange. He didn't attack with this and he did nothing. He's representing Briarpack Alpha, but like, I don't know, that doesn't seem that amazing here. All right, well, I'm just going to run out the Warden here. Yeah, okay. I mean, not using it in combat suits me just fine. Oh, I'm definitely blocking here. I'd love to get any combat tricks out of his hand that I can. All right, then there's the Rumbler. right, so Warden is going to do some work. I can cast Deathgaze Cockatrice here for 3. That doesn't really do anything different, though. But it does mean that next turn I get to play Jace's Mindseeker here. So, yeah, I think I am just going to run out the Cockatrice. It's just going to be... It's going to be in Black Doomblade mode. It's just going to sit here and trade off for the Rumbling Baloth or the Briarpack Alpha or something like that. Oh, that I love to see. Huh, he's being really aggressive here. All right. Mindseek you. All right, we hit Enlarge, which is actually kind of sweet here. Because it's going to kill Griffin Sentinel. Or I could also just get Celestial whatever'd here, but nope. Just the old 3-for-1. Yeah, I like that just fine. Charging Griffin, that doesn't do much here. Alright, so we seem to have stabilized a bit. I think I like just running out the Abomination. Let's just get all our guys online here. Do I attack? No, I'm not quite attacking yet. I could offer the trade with the Warden, but I think I'd rather just sit back. I feel like the late game's going to benefit us in a huge way. Alright, so if he's got the Pump Spell, which is clearly what he's representing here, and we double block 3, then it doesn't do anything anyway. So I will just draw out the Pump Spell here. Alright, he just wanted to see if I'd block, I guess. But the thing is, I don't really have much of a choice. I mean, I can double block and play around 1. Even then, it doesn't matter. So the way I'm breaking it down in my head is this. So if I single block and he has a Pump Spell, then I lose my Jace's Mindseeker. Okay, like I'm not going to sit there and just start taking 3 damage a turn for the rest of the game. I got to do something. If I double block and he's got Giant Growth or the Valor, then one of my guys dies. Whatever, he kills the Mindseeker still, but his guy doesn't. If he's got Ranger Skull and I single block with the Mindseeker, then he just 2-for-1s himself to kill it, and I'm fine with that. So that's why I single blocked. Maybe I want this Train Condor. Whoop. Moto down. 1 minute. All right. We will keep this hand. Yeah, this is fine. Can use Time Ebb to get him off our back a little if he gets ahead of us. Hopefully we'll draw something like a Divination. That's the kind of card I like to see in a spot like this where we're a little bit land heavy. Even though we've got spells, you know, it's always good to have some lands. Don't care about Deadly Recluse much. We're just going to let it sit there. I'm not going to Time Ebb a Deadly Recluse. I'm going to Time Ebb a 4 or 5 drop. Yes, I'm just going to still run the Water Servant out there. I'll even trade it. So here comes a big boy. Oh no, that's the End of the Wild. Alright, so he doesn't offer said trade. But we do get to run out. This is interesting. Actually tempted to just attack. Though I don't really have a big reason to do that. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to sit back for now. He's going to grind us out a bit with that End of the Wild, but I mean, I don't know. Card's not that great. It's not that it's useless or anything, but all right, there's a Charging Griffin. Just going to Mind Seek here. Oh, that's pretty good. See what we hit here. Something sweet. Wow. Windstorm, Hunt the Weak, Show of Valor. Alright. So we'll just Hunt the Weak these two. Choose this card. Cast it. Alright, so how does this work again? I always forget. Put target creature you control. Put it on this. Maybe I should put it on the Water Servant. This is already a pretty big threat. Yeah, I'll do that. Could also have just traded these guys off to get that thing out of the way. I wonder if that would have been even better. Alright, so he's got Ranger's Guile. Alright. Well, now we have a huge Water Servant. Okay. Go. I'm just going to let Colossal Whale do the work here, I think. My plan is roughly to Colossal Whale him and then... Interesting. I think this time I just take it. I don't plan on having that thing be around too long here anyway. Alright, the Rumbler, sure. So whale you, and then I do believe I just say go. And then I'm going to attack with a whole bunch of stuff next turn. Why would you do that? Alright, so he still has Celestial Flare mana up, so that's kind of the number one thing that we're concerned about is how can we properly play around Celestial Flare. Stage 1, I think, is just to bounce this thing out of the way. We can also just eat it. But we really need to eat this. So that's kind of the issue that we face here, is that when we attack, we need to get rid of Deadly Recluse here. So we attack with Colossal Whale, we get rid of this. He can double block Colossal Whale to kill it, which is pretty annoying. Then he'd get back his Charging Griffin right away. Yeah, that doesn't seem great for us. So I think I can let him have this for a turn. Maybe I can't. If he's got Enlarge, he's probably setting up an Enlarge kill here. So what happens if I Time Ebb Deadly Recluse? Attack with Whale. Attack with Mindseeker, attack with this. You can even play a Warden post-combat for blocks. If I do it that way, then I exile Rumbling Baloth. And then the Warden will theoretically save me here. He's going to get one of these things, though, if I do that. Am I okay with that? Probably. Just have to get rid of the Mindseeker or something like that. Maybe if I just attack with these two, I just get rid of the Mindseeker and keep Water Servant back. That also seems fine. Or I can attack with this and this, get rid of the Baloth, and then lose the Water Servant. That doesn't seem too bad. That way this thing can block this if he does Enlarge. Actually, this can just block it too, though. Yeah, let's just get in there. Get to that guy. Sure. Whale is hungry. Okay, so here's a Celestial Flare. He's doing it before blocks, which is kind of interesting. I think I can just get rid of the Water Servant and have him just take 9 here, because I think he's going to chump block anyway. All right, you're our only hope, Warden of Evocile. Because if he goes for Enlarge here, then... all right, but he's not. He's going to do this, but then he would just die. Yeah, I'm taking this one. Because this guy's lethal. If all he has is this Deadly Recluse. Right? No, he can chump block. All right, so this could get interesting here. Hit a land. So we've got 9 mana, so I can use 3 and still have 6. So I can like sacrifice the Mindseeker, or just let the Mindseeker die. This gets interesting now. Yeah, because are we going to lose here if I do this wrong? Yes, we are. Let's just say I attack with everybody and remove the Recluse. What does he do? He chump blocks the Whale. He takes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he lives. All right, so we're not going to kill him this turn. So I think that we need to get rid of the Recluse, but we need to make sure that we have enough blockers up so that we can take, let's see, so this would become 11, 5, 12. So we need to be able to like block here, and then we're still dead. Wow. This gets kind of iffy kind of quickly, doesn't it? Because the Recluse also does a quite nice job of getting us here with this thing as well. Wow, this is actually crazy. Maybe I should have just time-ebbed this guy away. This thing's the most annoying. Because the problem that I face is if I attack with Colossal Whale and I remove Charging Griffin, then I don't have that pressure in the air anymore of him enlarging and killing us. But he does get us with Deadly Recluse. But I can play Minotaur Abomination, and I can throw like 3 blockers in front of it or whatever. So it would be 8. And then I could block with like 7, 6, 5 or whatever and not die. But he'll block the Colossal Whale with the Deadly Recluse and kill this. I mean, and get his Rumbling Baloth back, which is just as big of an issue for us. But if I attack with this Whale, take out the Recluse, he chump blocks here, he plays, what's it called on this, and he gets us for exactly lethal because I can only soak up 6 of the 12 damage and then we're just dead. Wow, this is just intense. Maybe we just can't play around Enlarge at this point. Yeah, Death Touch plus Enlarge or Flying plus Enlarge is just really, really tough for us to deal with. I can buy something back here. And I'll have 6 mana, so I can just recast the Abomination. So what if he has a Rumbling Baloth and he enlarges that? Then it's 11, but then it's just regular trample and I can like play the Abomination. Yeah, I think I might just need a Colossal Whale away this Griffin here. Let him trade these off. 1, 2, 3. Buy back Colossal Whale. Play Minotaur Abomination. Because if he wants to do that, then this is dead, and he has just a Rumbling Baloth, which I'm not dead to. All right, let's do that. That means I get to attack with all 3 of these. He might not even have enlarge, but... Okay, so he'll get his Griffin back, but it loses the 2, which is big. Maybe I actually should have left this back. Ew, that could have been a mistake. Maybe I've overthought this. Well, we'll find out shortly. All right, so he gets those. This goes up to 9, and then we're just dead. Yeah, I needed to leave this back. All right, well. I guess I don't need to do this right now anyway. But I do need to do this. Yeah, I did not think that through enough. I tried to. Apparently I reached the limits of my brain, and now we're going to lose to enlarge on this thing, though. Oh. Maybe he just doesn't have it. This is interesting. This actually might work out in our favor because that Deadly Recluse was a huge pain, and we can't attack him for lethal here. Force a block. And we are going to get our whale back. Also, we have a draw step. Swamp. All right, so if we attack with both of these, he draws Giant Growth. We block here. We play Colossal Whale. We block here. We do live. All right, so let's force this chump block to kick things off. He's got an unknown card in hand, which is bad for us, of course, but... All right. Well, we are still alive currently. You could have 2 combat tricks, which would be awkward, but... Block like that. And do you have it, sir? All right, I guess he didn't have it. Yeah, so maybe I played around it too much. I don't know. I was trying to think of how I could lose there. I guess one way I could... Well, so the problem, of course, is that even after all that thinking, my plan ended up being pretty flawed because I forgot about the Griffin going back. So it didn't matter. I didn't end up accomplishing my goal in any way, which is a pretty big fail, to be honest. But he didn't actually have what we thought. We had a really strong board presence. And when you have that, and you can narrow it down to like one card that they can have, I usually do try to play around that one card because it really would take a lot for him to come out of that anyway. But at the same time, you know, the fail is that my plan that I devised didn't actually play around the card I wanted to play around. It was a fine, you know, magic play, whatever. Like I can get my guy back. It's not like I'm like blow the game out of the water by doing that. But at the same time, you know, I really didn't think that last step through long enough to realize what the board position would have looked like if I made the play I made. The good news is that we did have a pretty overwhelming board position there to toy around with, so we were able to finish. So we'll see you guys in the finals.